Welcome to the first episode of the Hotties podcast, where the tea is hot, the confidence is hotter, and settling is so last season.
So last season. Couldn't agree more. Yeah. Welcome, Hotties.
My name is Tyler Salas.
And my name is Abby Palmer. We're just a couple of
Little hotties.
a couple of little hotties that just formed a friendship in theater.
Actually, let's talk about that.
Okay.
How we became friends.
How we became friends. I saw you at auditions for Legally Blonde.
Mm-hmm.
We came in the same night, and you walked in, and I'll be honest, I clocked you because of the sweater, and I was like, oh, we're gonna be friends.
Yeah.
And
he eats.
I was like, okay, so he knows how to dress. He can sit with me.
Mm-hmm.
That works. Yeah, you had on this nice cream sweater. I said, what a handsome, tall man.
I have a gun.
I have a gun. Let me hit him with my car. I can't.
So the first time I seen you was, like, when I went into auditions, locked in mentally.
Right.
I was preparing.
Right.
I was scared. Hey, skid marks. That's what it was given. I was scared. So
you were giving.
I was given skid mark.
Oh.
I mean, without the skid mark. If that
I'm
makes...
following you.
Hey, you following the track of breadcrumbs that I'm laying out?
Well, we're not talking about breadcrumbs. We're talking about skid marks.
Yes, follow the skid mark.
And unfortunately, you're making me follow the skid mark on what you're trying to say. I remind you of skid marks? Is that what you're saying? You looked at me and you said, skid mark. Skid mark. I'm gonna be friends with her.
Okay. No, but the first time I did see you was during that first practice. We were all together.
Yeah.
And, like, the first time I looked at you, I literally done, the Debbie Ryan thing.
Oh my God, you're so right.
And that was, like, the first time we ever interacted. And I was like, she gets it.
Yeah.
She gets
No,
it.
I agree. We did. Tyler, not you. My boyfriend, Tyler. Whenever we were talking on the phone and I was talking about how we met, I was like, honestly, we had the same weird sense of humor from the first moment. Like, I can't remember exactly how we became friends. It was like we were in the same vicinity. And we were like, oh,
this is gravity.
bestie. Yeah, I have pictures of you doing the aerial sit up on the stairs from, like, week 2. Mm-hmm. So, it was instant.
That was, like, it was the weirdest thing, though, because it was the quickest little snap.
Yeah, but I think that those are some of, like, the best friendships whenever, like, you don't have to think about it. It just happens.
And I love that.
Yeah, me too. And now look at us. We're, like, almost a year later.
That is crazy, though. That
into being friends. Yeah. Well, honey, time flies when you're having fun.
Or not.
Or, you know what? Yeah. Or not. Or, whenever your car breaks down.
Or you're stressed out.
Or you're stressed out.
Or you have a gun.
Or you have a gun. Or you have lupus. Like, one morning, you wake up and before you know it, you're Selena Gomez.
Hey.
Hey.
And that's on rare.
Hey. Beauty, period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should trademark that. I think we got a good business on our hands.
We should trademark lupus.
Oh, I meant rare beauty. You know what, actually, and you know what, let me go ahead and let everybody know because I'm open anyways. I just found out I have lupus. So, hey, I'm not hating on the community. I'm now a representative.
And she's an ally now. Ally. She's a sister.
I'm a sister, but I say I'm better than an ally. I'm one of you. Okay?
Hey. Like this. Locked in.
Locked in.
Tight
and you
like
know what? Chat. Chat, if you're listening right now and you have an autoimmune disease, just give us a like, a follow, a comment.
A little subscribe.
A
little share.
Yeah,
a little turn on notifications.
Yeah.
Diddle that notification.
Yeah. Go ahead and press that button, sis.
Yeah. Diddle on that like.
I love this.
Okay, so talking about us meeting doing theater.
Right.
So the topic for today is hot people act.
Hot people act.
Yeah, because, hot people are just actors. They're
That
just
is
everyday
true.
people. I mean,
We're just like you.
we're just like you, but better.
But better.
And then
Yeah.
you wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't get it, and you know what? We don't expect you to get it. One day we hope you can, but we know you won't.
And
that's on Disney.
That's on Disney.
That's on Disney.
And that's on Demi Lovato knees.
No. And that's on This Is Real. This Is Me. Okay?
And I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
You know, and she said what she said, and I would say she sang it with her chest, but you're right. It was all on the knees.
She sang it with her knees.
She sang it with her knees.
And hey, ally.
Ally. You know what? We don't want to talk about what was happening behind the scenes that made her legs go that way. But, you know, yeah. It's those things that just make you go,
Bless her.
bless her.
Couldn't be me.
Hey, and you know what? Wasn't.
Hey, wasn't.
Wasn't.
Okay, so before we start into the main topic,
Right.
I think we should start our first segment, our hottie question of the week.
Okay.
Let me find a question.
Well, let's do... Sorry about the coughing. Let's do... You're going to have to edit that out. Sorry. It is what it is. Okay, and we're back.
And we're back. Thank you from our sponsor.
Thank you.
Thank you from our sponsor, Ricola.
No, so before we get into like our super specific hottie question of the week, what I want to know, what is the hottest thing you've done this week?
Oh, I think I performed my song.
For your play coming up?
Left no crumbs.
Believe it.
Left no crumbs. Actually, left like 2 or 3. But hey.
But that's to remind them that you are human. You did that to keep everyone
else in check. I was like, hey, I can't outdo everyone.
No.
I can't keep doing it. And
you
it's
know
really hard.
I know, and they're really, really lucky that you don't embarrass them like that.
And they're really glad I'm not Danny.
Oh, yeah.
They better be glad that I'm Duty.
Right.
I'm just a side character because embarrassment for them on their part. If I had more than one song.
I know. Well, and then every night it would just be people there to see you. Like, we wouldn't have any other room for anyone else's families.
Yeah, and the people over the Tony Awards would be literally knocking at the Playhouse being like, hey, who's that guy? We need him.
Right.
To host.
Right.
And, like, the Grammys, I couldn't. The Oscars even.
You know, I am so proud of how modest you are. And how you really do just put others before yourself.
And I love to stay humble.
And you know what? We love a humble king.
Okay, but what's the hottest thing you've done this week?
Oh, easily quit my job.
Hey, left that job.
Yeah. Well, and like, you know, it's no disrespect to where I was at, but I think it's a hot thing that I did because it was the responsible decision and it was the best decision and I feel better. So I feel like it's hot in the aspect of like, okay, you made a good decision. That's really attractive of you. That's hot. Keep going.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So definitely the hottest thing I did this week was, I left the job that I was at and I am starting a new venture next week. And I'm really excited.
And what is that venture?
I'm going back to the salon. I know.
A hottie salon.
A hottie salon. Yeah, no, I'll be doing hair. So I'm excited about that.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
I know. I'm excited to get back to it. I did it for a few years and then stopped whenever my son was young to help put him through school and us be on the same schedule. But now I can hop back into doing it full time. And I'm excited because that's my creative outlet. So.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm excited.
That's so sweet.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so what's your hyperfixation of the week?
Hyperfixation for the week. I'm gonna say which I mean, I guess it's been for like the past couple of weeks. The Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni case. Just because, like, we obviously know she's the villain, she and her husband. You know what I mean? Like, we obviously know that. But it's like, the more bold they become jumping out there, you know, like, after the first or second time getting burned, I would have just...
Exactly.
Reeled that in, accepted that I did something really awful, and hope I can better myself and show the others around me, like, I don't want to be that selfish person. But these people really are the kind of people where, like, they will double down and just keep dropping new amendments to their court case. And it's like, there's only so many ways that you can scream, I'm guilty.
Exactly.
Other than just, I don't know, maybe drop the case? Is that possible? Can people just drop the case? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
Be like,
right. Just
okay.
Be like, never mind. I lied. Like a liar.
Ooh.
Ooh. What about you? What have you been hyperfixated on?
So it's going to be crazy.
Okay.
Okay, the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire.
Okay, what about it?
Like, everything about it.
Everything about
like,
it?
When I tell you I'm at work watching documentaries.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't think it was the Roman Empire, actually, the one that I watched today. But it was some ancient Mayan man?
Okay.
City? Mayan city?
Okay.
I think it was.
We talking like King Tut?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
But like
okay,
this one was talking about how usually like way back then there was slaves that would, when they died, they would have to be brought out of the city, you know, buried like hours away. And then there was this one that they found that he was buried in the city, like in the court. And they were like, how did he get buried there? And I'm like, that's so crazy because he was freed. He was a freed slave.
Right.
And I forgot what his name was. But I'm just like, that's insane to me.
Yeah.
Like history. Don't get me started on that.
Okay, hear me out. I don't know if you can relate to this. And if you can't, I'm probably going to sound crazy. But while learning history, I guess it never occurred to me to think about like, oh, this was taking place at the same time that this was happening. Like, whenever I think of things in history that I've learned, it's like every different thing has its own timeline. But whenever I think about it, it's one giant timeline when the truth is they were all happening at the same time.
It's like, what? Jesus was around with the Roman Empire?
Right.
Like, what?
Right. Like, that is hard for me to wrap my brain around because I'm thinking, like, the way I grew up, like, I'm thinking, okay, we had some dinosaurs, and then the dinosaurs didn't work out. God was like, you know what? Hey.
Let's put a pause on that.
Right.
Hey, let's put a bookmark.
Let's put a bookmark here. Let's let animals enter the chat, and then let's let humans enter the chat, and you know what I mean? And I don't think about that with Julius Caesar marching around. Like, I mean, I wish I did.
God wanted a little remix, and it's okay.
Right. And you know what? Honestly, I could be getting my timelines all wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if Jesus and Julius Caesar were around in the same day. But that's
what
how
if they
history...
were like neighbors?
What if they waved hey to each other while drinking their morning coffee and getting their newspaper?
But what if like... What if they went to school together? What if they were cousins?
Stop.
Jesus and Caesar salad.
That actually has...
Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its and Caesar salad.
Fun fact, whenever I went to University of Mobile, which is a private Christian school, so for those of you who are listening and they're like,
hello,
are they being blasphemous? No. Okay. Some people do think that. But no, whenever I was at University of Mobile, you know how taking the Lord's name in vain, some people are, instead of saying that, she would say, Jesus Christ. And I thought it was the funniest thing. And I picked up on it, and I still, to this day, if I get really frustrated, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. It's so funny.
Okay, hottie question of the week.
What is it? Pick one.
There's so many. Which is no? If you opened a business, what kind of business would it be?
Well, I'm not going to go with cosmetology because that would be super obvious.
Yeah.
So if I could open like any business and it'd be a business I want, I think I would have a record store that's also a coffee shop.
Okay, wait, hold on. Because that's the business I would
Really?
It would be a coffee shop, first off.
Yeah, we would definitely have access to coffee and caffeine. Absolutely.
And I'll show you my Pinterest right now. Like,
yes.
It's literally like, I have a whole, what is it? Hey, hello? A whole board of nothing but like coffee shop. See?
Stop. Yeah, and that's very much the vibe that I would do. But yeah, it would be that, and then it would be...
And obviously y'all can't see it, but it's like a minimalist.
Right.
Like,
greenery, neutral, relaxing.
Think of like Dune, but like grass.
Think of like Dune, but like opposite.
Think of Dune, but like
think of
literally
Dune,
polar opposite.
Right. Think of Dune, and then think of Dune featuring garden.
Imagine Dune being filmed in the rainforest.
Right.
That's exactly the vibe.
Okay. So,
but with like a mid-century feel.
So Dune with a completely different setting.
So not even Dune.
So yeah, actually,
like done.
No, more like, but I say more like hills, more like
valley,
more like sprouts.
Yeah.
Root, and that's it. Tea.
Okay, so into our main topic.
Okay.
Of hot people can act.
Hot people can act.
Yeah. Okay, so being that hot people can act, what is your favorite show that you have ever done?
Favorite show I've ever done? Like that I've acted in, or like that I've worked on?
Either.
So I think
And why?
Okay.
I should.
Okay, I can do that. So I think my favorite show that I've been in so far probably was Legally Blonde.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not Legally Blonde, it was my freshman year of high school whenever I was Cogsworth in Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, eat.
Right. And like I loved it because it was a time where like people in high school, they're too shy to step out of it. And so like we, the theater kids who were already there, we were already known for being a little out there. So me getting to do Cogsworth and do a different accent, a completely different gender, you know what I mean? Like as a freshman, like, I don't know, it just felt...
And that's iconic.
Yeah, like it felt really fun because it was something I had never done before. I'll say the same thing for Legally Blonde. I am not a sorority girl. No shade towards sorority girls. It's just like that wasn't my avenue. And so playing one of the head sorority sisters and starting a song off as boldly as I did, very out of my comfort zone, but also very fun. And I think the thing that made that is like the cast that we had. We all
so
just
talented.
Yeah, we all just flowed. It was like practices, rehearsals weren't stressful. So,
and I think we meshed so well.
Oh, yeah.
So well together.
Yeah. Now, my favorite show I've ever worked on was whenever I was in the theater program at Georgia Southern. And they did Hamlet, and I was like helping build sets. Like I was like welding things. Like it was crazy. But they did a modern version of Hamlet, and every song in between was a different Arctic Monkeys song. And the Arctic Monkeys were really big, so it made the sense of Hamlet and the storytelling of Hamlet a little bit more eerie. And I ate that shit up.
Love that.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bitch. Oops, sorry, you have to bleep that out. What about you?
I would have to say that my favorite show that I have been a part of to this day would have to be Legally Blonde.
Right, period.
My favorite that I've ever worked on would have to be Misery at Spanish Trail. Only because the set was so detailed.
Yeah.
Like, we had cabinets put up wallpaper. He had painted, like, watered down some paint and put on the wallpaper to make it look dingy. And I was just like, this is so intricate and so smart. And I love it.
Yeah. I feel like the art that goes into it behind the scenes is really what makes it. You know what I mean? Because, like, if you have a play that calls for a simple set and you have two incredible actors that can deliver that, great. Whenever you're doing a show, if the props aren't it,
the show's done.
The show's done.
That's like, even with, like, when we done Into the Woods, it was, might I add, every show since Legally Blonde that I have been a part of, like, musical wise, every one that I have been a part of, it's all vocally strong.
Right.
Like, strong vocals. Like, when I say Legally Blonde, amazing. Like,
yeah, shout out Reagan Bellflower for a moment. Though she be little, she is fierce. Baddie, a part of the hottie squad for sure. For sure, Reagan's voice was outrageous.
There was one little riff that she done, and I can't remember where it was. It was the song right before the end of Act 1. I can't remember what it was.
I can't. But my favorite.
It was some little riff, and I literally, every time she walked off, I'm like,
Eat yeah. Well, and my favorite was whenever she and Colin would do "Take It Like a Man," because their harmonies. Because Colin is also a fantastic singer, so having their two voices together in harmony, riffing it up. I mean, there were times I was backstage and I was like, I have chill bumps. Like, so good. So, and whenever you have a cast as vocally talented as that, as a vocalist, it pushes you to want to be better. And they're also the kind of people that will cheer you on behind stage. Like, Reagan would always be like, you got it, you got it. But Colin would really, because Colin and I have known each other pretty much our entire lives, and he'd be like, I know you're holding back. Like,
hey, you're not doing
hey, you're not, where are you at? Hey. And so...
You're on stage.
Right, because Legally Blonde was my first show in about a decade. That was my first time back on stage, and I was mic'd up singing. Very out of my comfort zone, but, like, it felt great to be back. I was like, oh, I've missed it. You know, like, the stage.
But
how it calls me.
I will say though that like Into the Woods, when we done that, everyone knew what they were doing.
Right.
Like when they came in, like I didn't get to do a lot music wise for Legally Blonde, but I will say for Into the Woods, I was there throughout everything.
Right.
And that's only because I live 15 minutes from Spanish Trail.
Right.
So it's like, but that cast everyone came in and they knew exactly what they were supposed to do. They knew so much about music.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's intimidating.
Yeah.
It was so intimidating knowing that, like, you're on, like, the bottom of the cast of music knowledge.
Right.
And I was like, oh, so I'm stupid. Got it.
No, but here's, like, the fun thing about that, though, is you never want to be the smartest person in the room. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Mm-hmm. Especially when it comes to music. Like, if I'm in a room and me, and granted, like, I did study music in college, like, it's a big part of my life, that kind of stuff, but, like, I'm a good singer. I can't do riffs like Reagan. I can belt, but I can't do riffs like Reagan.
Felt.
But the thing is like, that's Reagan's niche. Mm-hmm. And so my job as me, who also is a talented singer, is to go, okay, I might not can do that, but I can push myself to learn how to at least do this little tip and trick. Mm-hmm. Because that's what you do learning music growing up anyways. You learn how to mimic and recreate your favorite singers. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't tell you how many times I do that daggum Wicked run in a day. Yeah, and like I'll just be like walking around, you know what I mean? Just like walking around, like doing it, and like the kids at the school I was working at, they were like, "Hey, Miss Abby World Tour," and I'm like, "Nah, that's Cynthia." You know what I mean? Like Miss Abby didn't create that iconic riff. I just think it's really fun to sing. So, yeah.
That is one show that I want to be part of, is Wicked.
Which, that brings me to my next thing, since we're already on, like, the theater thing. Dream roles. Come on, I want to know.
Okay, so I have a list.
Oh, okay.
I have a list, and this list has been there for quite some time.
I love that.
I will say Wicked is at the top of that list, and it's only because people probably think, they don't think, they probably think that I just started loving Wicked because, you know, Ariana's in it.
Right.
But no, I literally, me and my friend Casey would sing Wicked soundtrack when we were in high school.
Right.
Like at middle school. Mm-hmm. Like 7, 8, 10 years ago. Like, and then this movie came out and I was like, oh my God.
I know.
And then now it's like just the reoccurring obsession with it. And I'm like, that's one thing I want to be a part of.
Well, and it's also like, it's a testament to how good the show is. Because, you know, and I could be wrong, but I want to say, didn't it premiere in like 2004, 2005? Like, it's been around for 20 years. It's toured so many times. Like, the original cast is still iconic to this day. They're still household names. Like, if it's a good show, you can't deny it's a good show. Like, it's on people's bucket list to watch. For a reason. Good. It's so good.
And I just love the whole, because I grew up with Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, yeah.
Oh my gosh, when I tell you, like, I would go to my granny's house and she had the cartoon version of Wizard of Oz, but I was in love with the live action because Judy Garland.
Absolutely.
Icon. And, like, I grew up on that. So,
you know, and also on that, Justice for Judy.
Yes. Ally.
Justice for Judy,
She deserves so much better.
She deserves so much better.
But, I mean, she did eat during that role.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, no, tore it up. I literally showed my kids, because something that I taught this last week I was there was, like, sound effects and percussion and how they do it in movies, because that's originally what I wanted to do with music was, you know, sound effects and things like that. And I was explaining the process, and I showed them, you know, up-to-date movies first, and then I went back to Wizard of Oz today, and I was like, okay, and this is how it went in 1939. This is how it was different. And just being able to take a moment and, like, answer their questions about the cast and how talented they were and how old they were and things like that. Like,
Judy was so young.
Judy was very young. She was, like, 16, 17 whenever they were filming.
And that was her first major role.
But the thing is they wanted to make her look like she was 13 or 14 years old because that's how old Dorothy was supposed to be. So, but there's also a lot of things about behind the scenes of crazy. Wizard of Oz. That was crazy. But there's also conspiracy theories about the same health issues and things happening on the set of Wicked. So,
which I'm not sure of.
I don't know. I mean, the pictures of them do look scary.
Yes.
From time to time, I think.
But also, I don't know if it's edited.
Correct. I agree with that 1,000%.
That's my big thing. Is like, okay, they do look skinny, but also you have to think of Ariana. From what I've heard, Ariana is doing a film.
Really?
Of Audrey Hepburn.
Or
supposed to be. Like, she's auditioning for.
Yeah.
Like, I heard that. So I'm like, obviously the girl's going to try to match.
Right.
What she can.
Yeah.
And I'm like, get it.
Right. Well, but.
And she would fit that role so good.
She would, but I mean, it's also been really nice to see Ariana go back into acting mode. Because people forget that she is a Broadway baby. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't step on the scene to be on Nickelodeon and stuff like that. Like, no, she walked into this industry singing. Best believe she's going to do it on the way out. This was just fun for her. This was a dream for her, and she killed it.
And that's what I got so mad about when people had so much reservations about the movie because she was in it. And they're like, oh, they're just doing it because it's Ariana Grande. They just need a big name. No. And I would tell people all the time, I'm like, y'all don't understand. This girl has been training for this role.
Yeah.
The moment she found out there was an audition, she went into training mode. She
right.
quit music.
But even interviews from like years back, before this was even a possibility.
She posted on Twitter about
it. Like, there are pictures of her as a child, dressed up in these costumes, wanting to be a part of this. And so, like,
I think that was her first Broadway show that she's seen. On Broadway, I think.
Yeah. And so, like, she absolutely earned it.
And I love it for her.
Me too. She ate it up.
And she's going to do part 2 up.
And I am so excited for part 2.
When I tell you, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
When it comes out.
Yeah.
Like, when I go to the movie theater, I'm going to bring tissues.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't prepared for the first part. Like, fully, I wasn't prepared.
Right.
Because I cried.
Oh my gosh, same. I cried listening to the soundtrack for the first time because...
Literally.
Yeah, a lot of people, they're the kind of people where they're like, okay, they'll go to the movie, they're like, okay, the soundtrack was really good. I'll start... Because of who I am in the music world, you know what I mean? Like, studying the music before the play. That soundtrack, there were some where instead of listening to it all the way through, which I usually like to do, I had to go ahead and start the song back over and say, let me enjoy that one more time.
I deep dive.
Yeah.
Analyzed the whole movie.
Yeah.
And I love it. Like, right now I'm doing a film and literature class. So that's basically what we do. We have, like, say we took The Hunger Games, because that's one of the books we did. So we have to read the book, but we're also watching the movie. Right. And trying to pick the differences out between the book and the movie. And just picking apart the movie and why they done certain things a certain way.
Right.
And I think this was a great moment for me to do that class because Wicked came out. And when I tell you I've watched that movie 7 times.
Same.
It's unhealthy, but hey, I'm sitting there noticing things that I still haven't noticed before because I'm focused on other things. And then there's just so much correlation between the movie and with Wizard of Oz and with their personal lives. It's and there's so much Easter eggs for part 2.
That's what I was about to say. The Easter eggs, because the first time I watched it, I noticed, I want to say like 2 or 3 Easter eggs right off the bat.
I mean, you see Dorothy and them
walking,
and you're like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it's also, the more you listen to it, the more you watch it, like, there's been different phrases that Elphaba sings that tie in to different parts of the movie where it's foreshadowing what is to come. Like, whenever she sings, like, I'd be so happy I could melt.
Yes.
Whenever she meets the wizard, or like whenever she's singing The Wizard and I, and she's just thinking of the possibility.
That song?
She's already, I know. But she's already predicting that, okay, maybe this could be too good to be true and I could just melt down. Not knowing what's to come. I mean, it's just, it's good writing. It's like,
there's so much thought into it.
There's so much thought.
And even the fact of The Wizard and I, it was, what is that line? And I had this vision, almost like a fantasy, that someday there'll be a celebration throughout Oz that's all to do with me. And quite literally there was.
Me, and I'll stand there with the wizard, feeling things I've never felt. It's so good.
But if you look at that line, it's like, yeah, she had a celebration. They had a celebration because she died. They had a celebration for her.
And then the Munchkins took that and they set it on fire.
And they ran with it.
And they did.
They quite literally did run with
it. They really did. And like, honestly, Bach. Like.
Actually, that's the dream role.
I love Bach. Nessa.
I hate her.
Listen, if Nessa Rose doesn't have any haters, I'm dead. Like, I'm
top 5 hater.
Right. And
Nessa Rose hater.
Here's the thing. It's not that I don't have any sympathy for Nessa. I do. Okay? At the same time, shut up.
Her sister was quite literally getting bullied, and she was like, I can't watch this. Okay, stand up and walk away. Get up and walk off.
And you know what? What are you going to do about it?
Or what are you going to do? Roll around?
Okay, Hot Wheels. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
When I tell you I am so excited for that house to crush her. In part 2, I am so excited for that house.
Right. Well, and it's just like, the thing is like, there's a part of me that has sympathy for Nessa. Absolutely.
Because I get it.
I get it.
You have this disability and you're wanting to go to school to have this new start, and then your sister comes along and you're like, hey girl, hey, this is me.
Right.
This is real. This is me.
I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
But you took it away.
but you're stealing all the attention.
Stop. Hey, this isn't you.
Hey. Hey, who's going to school here?
Hey. Who's a normal color?
She said, okay, Shrek. Okay, Greenie.
I think Nessa was so mad because Elphaba had them bust down braids.
And the bust down braid, yeah.
Her dad had to cough up a good $300 for them braids.
Absolutely.
And then what did he get Nessa? A hand-me-down pair of shoes.
Granted, they are diamond.
Okay, fair. But
and they did belong to their mother.
Ugh.
Poor Nessa Rose. How hard it is to be the favorite child.
I will say I did cry when she was like, the baby version of Nessa. That girl is so adorable. When she said, yeah.
So cute.
In the theater, I wanted to be like, Buzz!
But I will say this. As much as I would love to see you play Bach, we do have to point out the fact that you are in fact 6'4".
6'5".
6'5", and I'm not quite sure how we would work that out.
I could be...
Unless you pulled like a Shrek the Musical Lord Farquaad and just did the whole thing on your knees.
And I could.
And you would eat him up. You would get your Tony. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what would happen. You would win your award.
I don't know if any other character that I would be in Wicked.
Oh, you could be a Fiera.
I don't know.
I think that you could.
Well, I would say acting and vocally, probably. But choreography-wise...
No, baby, you would be the wizard.
Would I?
I think...
Either that or it would be Fanny.
Bah. No, I think I truly... Like, the more I think about it, the temperament...
No, but us...
And the delivery...
Us as Glinda's friends.
Oh, honey.
Fanny and what's her name?
Fanny and, I don't know. Her name Abby now, though.
Oh. But us as them?
Oh, so good. And I would love it.
Why doesn't Cotton Hall do Wicked?
Well, I think it's something with, like,
okay,
they can't
get the rights.
Right, they
now,
can't get the rights. But I think if we could... I mean, I'll be honest. As much as I would like to sit here and be like, oh, I would be Elphaba, I would be Glinda. I'm not. I'm Madame Morrible. I already know that. And, like, I think it would be fun to play the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm always comedic relief. And I love being comedic relief.
Mm-hmm.
I'm even comedic relief in real life. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. It's my lane. I'm typecasted. It's cool with me.
Mm-hmm.
But if I could play a villain...
That's my dream, is to play villain.
Yeah, I think playing the villain has to be one of the most fun positions to be in because you really have a lot to work with. Yeah.
I think I have a villain on my list.
Ooh?
Not us going on a rabbit hole of Wicked.
That's fine. We can edit some of it. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, we're keeping it in.
Nah. We'll save it for later episodes. Yeah.
We may do that later.
That works.
But I will say, like, I always want to do a gender bent Wicked.
Yes.
Because I would be the male version of Glinda.
And yes.
And I have had so many people be like, you would be more an Elphaba. And I'm like,
no.
Hey, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it with my humor.
Yeah,
but
I think that you would do a good job at Elphaba, but, like, I think that you would have more fun with Glinda.
I could match Glinda.
Absolutely.
Male Glinda could match that perfectly.
Right. I think my dream role is about to throw you for a loop because there's two of them.
Okay. Oh, also my second dream role is Kristoff in Frozen.
Oh, my heart.
That's a dream.
Reindeers are better than people.
Sven, don't you think that's true? People will hurt you.
Oh, no, I love that. No, I would pay money
to
see you do either one of
Broadway.
those roles. Yeah. I would love it.
That's a dream. Broadway.
Yeah. I would love Broadway. I don't know if my stress level could handle Broadway.
Same. But if that was the only thing I was doing.
Right. Right. If that was my whole life.
Okay, what are your dream roles?
Angelica Schuyler.
Okay.
From Hamilton.
Ooh. Okay.
For sure. Mainly because of the song Satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
I would just want to perform that song at the top of my lungs. And my second one...
outlet?
There's an outlet over here next to me. Eat. My second one is, gosh, it's leaving my mind right now. Veronica from Heathers.
Oh, I want to be in Heathers so bad.
Yeah, I would want to do Veronica from Heathers. Veronica! Or even Janice in Mean Girls.
That is also another role that I want to be. Damien.
Yeah. Now, you and I as Janice and Damien in Mean Girls.
Mm-hmm. That's iconic.
That would be it.
At Cotton Hall. If y'all do Mean Girls. Do Mean Girls next season.
Right. And just know...
You got Janice and Damien.
down.
And if you don't, lawsuit.
Right.
I'm bringing a gun.
I'm bringing a gun. I'm gonna stab
you.
you.
I have a bomb strapped to my chest.
Right. So say no one more time. So say no one more again.
Yeah, say no one more time.
Try saying no to me.
Say no to this gun.
Right.
Say no to this Glock.
Glock. Don't tread on me. Okay. Hottie song of the week.
Oh.
Let's talk about that. What's your song of the week?
Let me go to my Apple.
I say, should we go to like our repeat playlist right now?
Because it is going to be wicked. But I will say my song of the week right now is actually going to be Couldn't Make It Any Harder by Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay. I love Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh my god, I love her.
She's precious.
Also Fat, Juicy, and Wet by Sexy Red and Bruno Mars.
So on repeat, I have some Wicked on there. I do.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what's your Wicked song? What's your Wicked go-to song?
My Wicked go-to song is The Wizard and I.
Okay, same. That and No One Mourns the Wicked.
Yeah. No one mourns the wicked. Yeah. No, The Wizard and I. But I think it's at the top of my list, so I'll say it. It's Back on My BS by Big X the Plug.
Okay.
I'm a really big like rap music person, specifically like West Coast rap. I've been standing Kendrick Lamar for years, and now everyone's just now figuring out how great he is. So yeah, it's a lot of. I knew him
before y'all knew.
Right. It's a lot of Kendrick, Doechii, Tyler the Creator.
Well, I've been getting into Doechii a lot.
Right, mixed with Chaperone, Doja Cat, Ariana, Sabrina. I mean, everyone is sitting at my table, but I'd say because it's at the top of my list. Back on My BS.
I would have to say it's that one Sabrina Carpenter song that I said, and Yes and Ariana Grande live version though.
Yeah, the acoustic version of We Can't Be Friends. It makes me weepy.
It's so sad.
It's so
but
good.
But so good.
But I think it's because she's one of those artists, back to the Ariana train. She's one of those artists where like her runs, even effortless, are always so crisp and clean. Like you can hear every different note. It's not like they're all muddled together.
And that's what people bullied her about.
Right.
Like during her positions, it was just like they would always say that it was so sloppy, like her runs.
Yeah.
And she would mumble and you couldn't hear what she was saying and this and that. Understand. And I'm like,
no.
Okay, now look at her. You can hear quite literally everything.
Well, I think that was the advantage of that was the advantage of her going back, because specifically on that track, you can't hear it. She's removed all the music. And all you hear is her tone and the breathiness and the control she has on what she's doing. And then she put an acoustic guitar behind it, because it's a fact. If you can strip a song down to acoustic guitar or piano and it still holds up, it's a good song. And she proved that.
And how she did not get nominated for Album of the Year?
I don't know. Listen, I could talk in circles about
Scammies.
That, yeah. That, because here's the thing. I think there was only 2 categories that were scammed this year. And I'm not saying the one who won the category is not great. I'm choosing my words, whatever. I don't think that they deserved it. Because there were quite literally 4 other people in that category that we talked about more, that you saw more of a presence of, especially on social media. And then for the person who even won to be shocked, that's rigged. Not every category, but that right there, scammies.
Literally.
And those are my Olympics.
They really are. It's that, the Oscars and the Tonys.
Yes. Absolutely.
When I tell you, I will sit down Sunday night watching the Oscars. And if Ariana does not win, airstrike. bomb them. Bomb them and keep bombing them.
You know what? I have a bomb strapped to me right now. Say one more thing to piss me off.
Because I think she deserves it.
She does.
Her and Cynthia.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, but even if you don't agree with their personal lives, that has nothing to do with the talent and the work that they have put into what they created.
That keeps winning everything. Emily. That Netflix one.
Oh, Emily in Paris?
No, Zoe
Deschanel?
Mm-mm. It's on Netflix. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. But nothing against her, Zoe. Right. But
Zoe, it's nothing to do with you, girl.
Girl, I know you're listening.
Right.
I know you're sitting down because you were like, "Hey, hottie.
Oh.
I am one." Mm-hmm. But it wasn't my cup of tea. Right. I would say that movie was not the best.
Right.
The production was not the best. The soundtrack for it, not it.
Yeah.
And it felt as though you handed a first grader a pen and paper and said, "Hey."
Right. And I feel that way because there are movies that are nominated that I feel like probably just went right over my head. Mm-hmm. And I'm a deep thinker. Whenever I'm watching pieces of art, even if I have to watch it 2 or 3 times to really grasp it.
Amelia Perez.
Okay, I have heard of that. I just haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it, but I will say I'm not going to watch it because the soundtrack is so bad.
And that would be the first thing that I checked out before I invested.
And nothing against Zoe Saldana, however you say her last name. Sorry, I'm butchering it, girl.
Sorry, our bad hottie.
But I think there was more deserving roles of hers.
Right.
Avatar.
That makes sense.
That, I would say, give her all the awards. Because she quite literally put her whole heart into that performance.
Right.
But for this one...
Yeah.
Hey. You're telling me it beat Wicked?
Right.
In every award. And possibly the Oscars?
Right. Which, I'll say this. The only director... and I'm still studying him, obviously, because he's a director you have to take in bites. Mm-hmm. Because his art pieces are just a lot to take in. That is none other than Quentin Tarantino. Mm-hmm. His soundtracks and the way he specifically picks the songs when they're going to play where.
Amazing.
Genius.
I love it.
No notes. So good. But you also can't binge watch Quentin Tarantino movies because your brain will be greatly affected, and before you know it, you'll be dropping bombs and slurs like nobody's business. Mm-hmm. But that's how he writes. So yeah, I have no idea what the question was. I have no idea how we got from where we just were to Quentin Tarantino. I have no idea.
We were talking about the Oscars.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think.
I like how we haven't even made it out of the intro section. And we're at 55 minutes.
Hey.
Okay, no, we did the hottie question of the week.
Yeah. We did a hottie question. We touched on the main topic.
Right, we did Hotties Do Theater.
The main episode title is Hot People Act.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
So, I mean,
we are good. We're on topic. We're doing good. We're doing good.
Since it is at almost an hour, we probably should wrap up the first episode.
We should. All right. Give me your quick and hot takes.
Hot takes.
Give me your quick and hot hottie takes.
Hottie takes. Slime. Sorry, that was the first thing that popped in my head.
And you know what? to that I say, what about it?
When I tell you, like, I always got to have something to...
You're telling me that you grip slime? You're telling me that, you know what, sometimes you just gotta hold firm to something and you know what, you just pick up some nice slime. Ew. Ew. No, not slime. It makes me think of like a jellyfish that can't sting and you're just playing with it.
But what is it?
The stress balls?
Squishies.
That it is squishy balls.
Those, hot take. Get into those. Hey, this week, buy a squishy. And what is your hot take? Squishy.
My hot take this week. If you made it through this week and you didn't quit your job, and you have had a good week and you've showed up every day, my hot take is reward yourself. Mm-hmm. Get yourself a little something nice.
Yeah, go to McDonald's, get you that McFlurry.
Right. Well,
if the machine's
working, get yourself a McFlurry. Or, like...
Get you some Haagen-Dazs.
Well, like, this week I had a really long week. A lot has happened. Mm-hmm. And so I went and got myself, like, a little disposable camera. Because I love getting, like, little cameras and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I went and got myself a little new camera. And I was like, you know what? I'll document this next week. Mm-hmm. You know? So, hot take. Do something nice for yourself.
As you should.
Get an ice cream. Buy a camera. Go buy me a car if you're feeling generous. Hey.
Donations.
Hotties donate. Hotties take care of...
Hotties cash out the Hottie podcast.
They do. Absolutely.
So, shall we say the pledge?
Yes. Together?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. And if you're at home, you must say it to get into Hottie Nation.
Exactly.
And if you're not, hey, no Uggos allowed.
Hey, Uggo, we didn't invite you.
Hey, if you're Uggo, click off.
Hey. If you hate us, and you don't want to learn our pledge, bye.
Hey, if you're Uggo, don't say this.
Hey, you can go sit with Nessa.
Oh, Nessa. Nessa. I have something to confess. Reason why. Well. Why I asked you here tonight.
And I know.
It isn't fair. I know, Bach. It's because
I'm in this chair.
No, it's because you're ugly.
You felt sorry for me. Well.
Isn't it right?
No.
Of course not.
It's... The whole time he's like...
staring at Glenda.
And if he was Superman, he would have burned a hole in it, okay?
Like Miley Cyrus' blue eyes. Ooh. Staring at Glinda.
Because you are so beautiful.
He was so hurt.
He was.
Dang. And I would have ended it all.
Yeah.
In the Ozdust ballroom.
Right.
I would have cut a rug and cut myself.
See, I would have gone ahead and walked over to Elfa and been like, hey, yo. You know that thing you're going to do to me in a little bit?
Do it now. Hey. 10 man me now.
10 man me now. You know what? And you know what? Leave out that heart. I won't go looking for it.
Rip it.
I don't need it.
Okay. So the pledge.
The pledge.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. I solemnly swear to romanticize my life, charge a premium for my energy, and never lower my standards, unless it is for a discount on designer. I will say no like it's a full-time job, hype myself up like I'm my own PR team, and remember that being a hottie is a mindset, not a measurement. In hotness we trust, in mediocrity we dust.
Amen. 8. Love that. Thanks for listening to the first episode.
Yes. And more to come.
Yeah.
Way more to come.
And
this is exciting.
Yeah. We're excited. Obviously, drop a comment. Let us know what you think. And if
any future topics you want us to talk about,
right,
cover.
and if you have nothing nice to say,
actually
send
comment
us a text.
your hot takes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us things you would like to hear us talk about.
Exactly.
Right, because right now I think all you guys have learned about us is
Wicked Ariana.
Wicked Ariana and Cynthia. We're
Bach.
Bach.
Nessa, hater. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, bye.
PC.
See you.